Oh my gosh. Okay. Board boxing back at it again. Welcome to the show. So I want to talk a little bit about this Francis Ngannou news again. I hate that I have to keep talking about Francis Ngannou because as great as he is in the combat world, I just feel like this is just a disrespect to a lot of guys that are working very hard to get into the top rankings and the good graces of the boxing scene. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. This is going to be an opinion piece. This is going to be a little bit of a rant, so bear with me. The WBC has actually just released that Francis Ngannou is going to be debuting at number 10 on the rankings for heavyweight. And the world imploded, right? So Sky News, they're big over in England. Sky Sports actually reported that he was giving rank number 10, and we have, guy with the 0-1 record is top 10. Boxing is a joke. Rank him, but cheated out of a victory. Greatest losing debut in combat sports. Consolation for being cheated. It's quite clear. And then Instagram is not much better, man. You look at Instagram and really shameless. This is a joke. WBC, again, choosing money. This is a joke, barely won 3 rounds. It's brutal. He's getting beat up, pretty bad on the internet. And I wouldn't say it's Francis Ngannou getting beat up really bad by the fans. It's more WBC. I think everyone was in agreement that Francis Ngannou performed much better than imagined. But the problem is when you go from, not being ranked at all to being ranked in the top 10 along people like, Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois was number 10, and he's now pushed out of that ranking because of this. And he's got a big fight coming up in Saudi Arabia soon. So there's people that are active that have worked their entire careers to be this way. I know that there's a lot of comments being made about people that jump the line. And I think Francis Ngannou is one of those people that could be justified in jumping the line to a degree, but number 10 is insane. I don't agree with that decision at all. I really think it should have just been one of those things where he shouldn't get ranked until he fights again, because we just tread this line of entertainment mismatching, right? Where we have boxing, but it's done in this entertainment fashion where people are just kind of being thrown into the sport just for the sake of views and money and entertainment. And ultimately, I think there's a net positive on the sport of boxing by doing that. The negative comes for when the legitimate sanctioning bodies, or I'm going to say illegitimate at this point, because the shit with Terrence Crawford and Jamal Charlo right now, if you have a guy that goes in, granted, puts on a very good performance, but loses his first professional fight, he gets ranked number 10. If it wasn't Francis Ngannou, if it was anybody, if they became a professional, lost their first fight against a top 10 guy, they would not be ranked number 10. And that's in any realm ever. So it's hard for me to support Francis Ngannou even fighting future boxers at this level. The hype around his name is going to build. The WBC is definitely trying to urge competitors to call him out and maybe make another fight happen. But overall, I think it's just a spit in the face to some people that are still in that running. I mean, you got Fabio Wardley, who's an IBF ranked number 10 right now. And then you have Daniel Dubois, number 10 at WBC. And again, there's a case to be made, right? Deontay Wilder is number 2 for WBC, and he hasn't fought in a while. So, I mean, there's some give and take. Like, okay, I see some guys that are completely inactive still ranked. Andy Ruiz hasn't fought in a long time. He's still ranked number 5, I believe. On one hand, I understand. On the other side, it's like, dude, this is a guy with 1 pro boxing fight. He lost it. There's no reason he should be at number 10 unless there is some backdoor dealings with money going on. I don't like it. I don't think I'm going to be convinced to like it. Until he fights somebody else and wins absolutely convincingly in a boxing ring, I have to just jump off this bandwagon now, because at this point, I do believe it's further hurting the sport. Again, though, this is just what I think. Let me know what you think, but that's it. I'm done.